Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. This is the best day of the week, actually, for us comic book collectors. I picked up three titles today that I was that's on my list. Very little, actually. One of them is Uncanny X-Men #3. This one here has been a very great title so far, and just like the all new X-Men, which has been a beautiful written title, and the story's been great, and the all new X-Men, and so far a good start with this one. Um, so you have the Avengers and the Uncanny X-Men face to face. Captain America, of course, wants to take Cyclops in for questioning, and of course Cyclops is like, nope, we're not going anywhere. And that's what Cyclops is, talking about, like, we don't, we didn't do, we're not gonna go with you for nothing. Cyclops is pretty much like standing his ground. Then Emma jumps in and says, you know what, whose fault was this really? Who really killed Charles Xavier? It was you, Tony Stark. She just flat out blames, Tony for it. He's like, it wasn't Cyclops, it wasn't my fault, it was your fault. We took the Phoenix in, and you knew exactly what the Phoenix would have done, would do. And Hawkeye's like, well, yeah, that is true. Cyclops then, of course, takes like a 5-minute break and goes back to the X-Men and tells them, hey, this is the plan. If something happens, I need you to do this and do this and do that. And then Cyclops, of course, transforms, well, one of the characters transforms Cyclops into his, it's like his new suit. This over here. And Cyclops is pretty much just starts telling Captain America that you are supposed to protect the people, but yet you're not doing it. You're not seeing it. You're here to arrest us, because we're recruiting the mutants, but you don't see that the mutants are popping up everywhere, and cops are holding little kids with a gun to their head and arresting them and mistreating them, and you don't see that. But when we do something wrong, it's wrong, but you don't see what's really going on. And two of the mutants, young kids, jump in, telling, yes, Mr. Cyclops is right. You also have Marvel Girl, who Cyclops telling her, join us, for the memory of Charles Xavier, join us, be one of the X-Men. So Hawkeye you have here with the bow and arrow pointing at Scott right at his face, and it just becomes a really heated discussion between Cyclops and them, going back and forth. And then Cyclops says now, and this girl named Eva, freezes them. This young mutant right here, she freezes them like in time, like in this bubble ball, and freezes them. So that's where Cyclops gets his team out of there back to the school, and Cyclops is like, you know what? They knew we were coming. Someone must have told him. And Magneto is like me. And Magneto looks pretty sick here with his costume, and he looks like a little. He's got like the GI Joe. What is it? White Shadow. The Shadow character costume going here, but none other than his helmet is pretty sick. But anyway, so Magneto's like, it was me. Cyclops like, well, why would you do that? So Magneto's like, it was a plan. Yeah, I told him about you. I told him how much I hated you, how much you need to suffer, and all that stuff, bad things you've done. But he's like, I had to gain their trust back, have them trust me in order for me to get information out of them. And Cyclops like, well, you need to go. We don't need that. We need to work as a team. I'm the leader of this team. And Magneto's like, well, we didn't get to vote. I didn't get to vote. Who's the leader? So Cyclops is like against it now because Magneto did that without telling them. But Magneto had his reasons. He gave him a psychic to read his mind and spoil it so they would stop him from doing it. Magneto did it to get information out about the new Sentinels that are being made to destroy the mutants again. So, but then Emma is like, that was a brilliant idea, that what Magneto did, and we need to go along with it because it's working. Magneto's plan is to, now that they trust Magneto, he can get information out of them and yet still be part of, Cyclops, part of the Uncanny X-Men. And then Cyclops and the team leaves the kids behind at the Charles Xavier school, but him and the Emma Frost, Magneto, and the other character, they go back to school to get himself and to see the, of course, the X-Men, his X-Men, well, the past X-Men that are here. So yeah, it was a really good issue on what went down with Captain America, and I just feel like that, what would Captain America would have done if we would have taken Cyclops in? Would have let him go after that, or would have kept him? But just him wording, well, we need to take you in for questioning. Not like, hey, you're under arrest, or you need to go back to jail. We need to take you in for questioning. So, I don't know. But then, it was a good story, and yeah. Next one is Batman number 18. Now, in this issue, you have Colin and Harper, those two kids from before the Joker stuff started in Batman. They're back, and they're actually headed to go see their father in jail that Batman took down because he got involved in bad crowd, and Batman didn't want what he was doing to go back to the two kids. And also, Harper is being trained, like training herself to become what Batman is, to become a fighter for good in Gotham. And she's trying to track Batman down, and because she's noticing that Batman's like all over the place. He's now showing up in mornings too, daytime and nighttime. And she's like, there's something going on. She sees the pain in his eyes, and that he hasn't slept, eaten, nothing. He's just been showing up non-stop, night and day, and she's worried about him. That's why she goes out to try to track him down, because she put if Batman, she has this device where she can track Batman down. So Batman actually has been just arresting people full on, just like crazy. And one of the nights, he actually arrested like, God, must have been a lot. Let's see. Actually, it's not in this one. But anyway, he's been arresting a lot of people, and there's one part where he goes after this one guy who's like juiced up on steroids and has got the dogs and everything that doesn't feel pain. He goes and attacks that criminal, starts beating him down, but then the dogs, of course, interfere, and the dogs attack. One of the dogs gets on top of him and attacks him, and pretty much the dogs can't really feel any kind of pain when Batman is hitting him. So this is where the girl interferes, comes in, and takes this shock thing out and just zaps him, and the dog's just pretty much like out cold. Then she starts to explain to Batman, like, this is what you're doing, and Batman just pretty much just goes off on her. Like when he's talking to her, you can feel the pain in his tone of, if you need to go home, you should not be training. All you're going to do is end up getting yourself killed. What do you want me to do? Take you in, take you back to my base, tell you my name, my identity, and give you a costume and then die? So you can just feel the way Batman is just missing his son. And then, of course, he leaves. He tells her, Harper, to just stop. So next day, Harper goes to the Wayne Manor to find out to give like a signal, to like a message to Batman to like rest, like to take time off, take care of herself, and of course she doesn't know Batman is Bruce Wayne, and she's actually talking to Bruce Wayne about this, that I know you care about Batman, I know you invest a lot of time and money in him, and that he needs to, I know you care about him. He needs to sleep. He needs to eat. He's just been doing this. He's gonna get himself killed. He's gonna get himself hurt. So that night, as Harper is on the building, Batman shows up, and this time Batman is a lot calmer. He kind of he apologizes in his way, and this time he's a lot understanding. Listening to the girl, and she says her piece. I really care about you. I'm doing this because of you. I don't want you hurt or dead. And you need to take your, rest, sleep. Take care of yourself. She's like, I don't know what's going on, but I can see the pain in your eyes. So Batman actually takes her advice and goes, and she's like, I really hope it means something. So she leaves a message, and the message, so it shows R, so I'm thinking is resolve right here, and then that's where it ends. So this was, more about the two kids, and this Harper girl, and I've been hearing on the internet that she could be the replacement of Robin, but if she is, she still has a lot of training, but she's smart in her different ways. She has her, strengths and stuff like that, but I don't know. I still think that they killed Robin off too soon. They could have done wonderful things with that character, and I know Marvel's doing their thing in their universe, but I just think that DC should have just held off on killing Damian at least for a long time. Like in a really good storyline to kill him off, but it's just a sudden thing they did. So, but it was an okay issue. Now, my last one is Robin and Batman and Robin, number 18. Now, this issue, wow. I mean, there's not one, first of all, there's not one writing in it whatsoever. Just one page of the letter that Damian left Batman. By then, there's no writing at all in any of the pages. It starts off with Bruce Wayne just sitting, and you can just tell by his face. He opens one of the books, a little sketchbook. He starts reading. Then he's walking, and he sees Alfred just crying. So there's a picture that was covered, and Bruce Wayne just grabs the picture and just walks away. And as he's going down, everything he does, he's imagining Damian right beside him, going down like like how they used to when Damian was there, when he would go down the pole. He looks at the costume of Robin, Damian, and when Batman would go, he's of course going by himself, but when he just sees his son right beside him. When he's inside the car in the Batmobile, he imagines his son beside him. So everything he's just doing, he's just thinking about his son, and it feels like it hasn't set in yet. But in this book, for him, like as the pages get deeper, it's hitting him bad. And at one point, where at nighttime, where Commissioner Gordon is sleeping, when the bat sign goes up, and as Commissioner and the cops go to the bat sign, you see all these people he just arrested, just took out and just took him to the station. So he's on a overhaul, So he gets home and he reads a letter, and the letter just like, wow, the way it was just a simple letter. It's just the way Damian, wrote it. And one of the lines is like, Mother may have given me life, but you taught me how to live. Love and respect, your son Damian. And as soon as he read that letter, my God, he just lost it. He just like, that's it, and then towards the end, you can see it's just reality just set in, and he's just holding onto the Robin suit. So last couple of pages you know, if you like really put yourself in this book and you just feel everything that Bruce is feeling. Very sad couple of pages. It was a very sad issue too. I think it was very well done, something different. You know, just one page of, like I said, the letter from Damien, rather than nicely done. You know, you can just really, you know, for me, like when Bruce lost his parents, like, you know, for me, I never got those issues because, you know, just so long ago. But for me to get something that Bruce Wayne has lost now, currently, which is his own blood, and just to see him go through it, it's like, wow. So yeah, so another awesome issue. I'm probably gonna collect a couple of more issues of, because I hardly never collect Batman and Robin. I never do. I just collect for big things when something is happening or crossover, and I'm gonna collect probably like 4 more just to see where this goes. And after everything calms down, I'm just gonna stop. So yeah. All right, guys. So thank you for watching, and talk to you later.